Hi viewers, my name is Constance and we are at the Zambia International Mining Conference here in Kitwe. Today being the last day of the event, I am joined with Nkandu Beltz, yes, the chairperson of Beltz Mining Limited. Welcome to the place.
Well, thank you for having me, Constance. It's good to be here. Thank you.
It's good to see you after the mining in Dava.
Yes, your mining in Dava was great, and it's good to see you too. Yeah.
So today being the last day of the event, of course, would you share some takeaways that you've gathered from what the minister spoke about, as well as the panel discussions that are beneficial to your project, as well as the mining sector in general in Zambia?
Wonderful. Thank you very much for that. One of the key, highlights is we have seen what has happened with the spill, and the breaking of the tailing dams, and I think that is a lesson, for all of us in exploration, and then also in mining, and also to be able to, plan these things better, and make sure that we have got better designs, and we've got technologies that can actually detect, cracks in these things before they actually happen. So, but it's also good to learn about what, the emergency response that has been from the Zambian government, how they are actually mitigating this risk, how they are reducing, the impact, so that not a lot of Zambians continue to be affected. But then also, it's good to see them also talk about the wildlife and the environment, because, they have been emphasizing a lot on ESG frameworks, and here, we're looking at in that ESG, the environment which has been impacted by this disaster, which is a national disaster, and we're now having an emergency response to it. So it's good to see that something is being done about it. It's a very unfortunate thing to happen, and I hope it does not happen again.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So in our previous conversation, you had mentioned that you're at the stage where you're doing an IP.
Yes.
Has there been any new results coming from there?
Well, we have completed our IP.
Oh, okay.
So we
Great.
are now waiting on results, and I'll be speaking with my team later on today, and we are hoping to get some encouraging results. But when all of this is happening, I'm also in the field, so I always check to say, what does these numbers mean? These graphs, what do they stand for? So we are waiting, and we'll be making announcements very soon.
Okay, we will be waiting to hear from you.
Thank you.
So is your project also open to local investments?
Absolutely.
So what are the requirements?
Absolutely. So Beltz Mining, even though it's registered in Australia, we have Kopano Mineral Resources, which is a subsidiary, and it's a Zambian company. So the Zambian company holds the licenses. Yes.
Interesting.
So we're open. Anybody who wants to buy shares, I would encourage Zambians to do so. I'm not sure if I'm allowed to say this on television.
Okay.
But I want this to be, a Zambian company, Zambian ownership. And for us to have Zambian ownership, we need Zambian participation. And Zambian participation means buying local shares, because so often we get this, thing of where we go. The investors are taking all the money out, it's because we are not investing. And I know somebody will say, okay, I make 4,000 kwacha a month, I don't have money to actually invest, in there. So this is where we can start to look at, how do we structure this? And the company is going to be listed on the Lusaka Stock Exchange. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, that's good to hear. It's nice to have our locals participate as well.
Thank you.
So, being in the industry, I'd also like to pick your mind. The minister has been talking about the 3 million tons. I think everybody's talking about it, but do you think it's viable, looking at the tailings falling?
Yeah.
Do you think the 3 million tons will be viable for?
Yeah, I think the 3 million tons, we can reach it. It's not a matter of faith or anything like that. it is, we are looking at the work that's being done. So some mines have been revived, and then there's smaller players like us who are coming on the market. So with the right support, definitely we can contribute to that 3 million ton, because this is not just a job for the big mining companies. This is a job for the artisanal miners. This is a job for, us who are on the smaller scale of, when we get into production. So every ton counts. And, where we are getting those tons, that tonnage, it will come from various places. We cannot rely on the big 5 or the big 4, the big 3.
Barrick, the Lumwana.
Exactly, to get to the 3 million tons. Yes, we can do that, but it's going to take a while. Yeah.
So now, what industries do you think should also be developed to help the mining industry in Zambia?
Oh, it is a whole entire value chain, because where mining is happening, there will be need for infrastructure, there will be need for energy, there will be need, agriculture, we need food. So all of that, once the wheel starts turning, all of that starts to turn as well. So, but it's not enough just to mine. We also have to look at how do we optimize our ore. So technological services. So like we have seen, we've had a delegation from Australia, which, I'm very happy to be part of, to have actually finally managed for us to get here. And, it's the mining, engineering, technological services, and all of that we need to see more of their presence in order for us to actually reach that 3 million ton, and food, catering.
Yeah, that's very important. You need to eat in order to work. I heard you. Thank you so much.
Thank you
for joining us once again.
Thank you very much for having me.
Thank you.